Hey folks, I'm Matt Major from Growth Mode Content. Welcome to Good News York. This is a little weird for me. I'm gonna be honest. So this is episode 53.
Yep.
Mike has hosted a number of episodes without me. This is the first time I've hosted an episode without Mike. This is the first day he's taken off. He was real worried about it too. You know that, Danny? I think he asked about 5 times, what do I need to do to take a day off? And I'm pretty sure we answered the question each time. And even yesterday, he texted me, hey, man, do I need to reach out to HR or something about my day off? Dude, it's all set. We had this conversation, Mike. I've never had a guy so worried about following the proper procedure ever in my life. But
he's dedicated, man.
I guess I can't complain as an employer, right? I guess that's sort of what I'm supposed to want. You know?
Right.
But anyway, we miss Mike. He is home with his kids have school concerts, whatever that they very conveniently book in the middle of the workday. Awesome for parents, but that's why he has time. So we wish him well, and I am joined by somebody awesome who Mike is missing out on. I'm not going to lie. So this gentleman, he goes by Sledge. He's a friend of our good buddy, friend of the show, Dakota, and he's a streamer.
Yep, content creator.
I love this. As somebody in the content creation business, anytime I see somebody doing these things, especially locally,
for sure,
we want to talk about them and hear about your experience and what you're doing in the world of content creation.
Definitely.
Because it's massively wide-ranging, right?
Oh, for sure. There's a lot going on.
Let's jump right in, man. Give us kind of your story. Who are you?
My name's Sledge, or you guys can call me Seth. I've been doing content for about 8 years now. Started on Twitch just as a small interest, and I started to expand, got a lot of support. I wouldn't say it was huge numbers by any means, but, it's all about the quality of the community, right?
Yeah.
So built on that, started on YouTube probably about a year ago. I have my own clothing brand I've been doing for about 7-8 years as well.
Oh, wow.
So it's a lot of fun. So we
That's
dive into
awesome.
a bunch of different aspects of content creation.
That's wild. So, is it primarily streaming, would you say, or do you do, like, for your YouTube, are they separately produced, recorded sort of?
Yeah, they're separate. So
Okay.
the YouTube side, I focus on a specific game called Rust. Not a lot of people know about it.
Gotcha.
Survival game, but I was doing Variety on Twitch for a long time, and I wanted to dive into different aspects and elements to just boost my range,
Sure.
So I was mainly on Twitch, and I was full-time as my career for about 2 years there.
Wow.
I stepped away, helped out the family business for a little bit, and we're getting back into that actually here shortly. So yeah, there's a lot going on, but it's all kind of separate from each other, and
That's
then
awesome.
it works together.
So, I'd love to learn about these things. Twitch is honestly one of my favorite platforms. I subscribe to every probably streaming service on the planet, and my Turbo subscription is the one I use the most.
Yep.
It's on in my office 24/7. Tell us kind of why you would choose that platform, and especially for a lot of folks that may not even be familiar with the platform. What is Twitch all about, and what drew you and continues, I guess, to keep you there?
Well, I think when live streaming first started, Twitch was kind of the name.
Sure.
And obviously there's a lot of competitors now. Facebook jumped on, YouTube's obviously doing its thing. They got kicked now. It just had a large community to start.
Yeah.
And I started as a viewer, which I think most people do.
Sure.
So I was watching, getting involved in communities, and saw the fun in it, saw the growth a lot of these communities were doing, these channels were doing, and I said, you know what, this looks like something maybe I could do. I enjoy gaming a lot, and I was like, maybe I can connect, and with other people around the world, and that's exactly what it's become. So
Awesome.
A lot of people from around the world that pop in, in little numbers here and there, but they'll say, hey, I'm from Australia, hey, I'm from Europe, and it's cool. You get to catch up with people, and you make friends. I've met a lot of them in person.
Sure.
Obviously, there's like TwitchCon in California, so I went there a few times. So there's a lot to it, but yeah, I think that Twitch is just the home for me.
Gotcha.
I think if you're just starting now, there's a lot more choices, so there's a lot more that goes into that thought process. But for me, it's kind of hard to move away when I got like 9,000 followers over there. It's like, what am I going to tell everyone? Hey, I'm on YouTube now. So it's a little tricky.
That's a hard pull.
It is.
You'll always get some followers, but you're going to lose a considerable.
Yeah. And they have multi-streaming now too, so you can connect on multiple. So I do YouTube occasionally alongside my Twitch. and sometimes Kick as well.
Is Twitch cool with that? Because back in the day, that was sort of a big no-no.
Well, I think with the competitors coming into the market,
Yeah.
they were fearing losing someone as a whole.
They had to.
So they allowed it moving
Yeah.
forward. So that's what happened. Yeah. So that recently changed, probably about 6 months to a year ago.
That was always the interesting tactic in the very early days of this. For folks that don't know multi-streaming, what he's talking about is basically you can use software or even hardware now these days to not only stream to one platform, to Twitch, but all of these simultaneously. So you could be on Twitch and Facebook and YouTube
Right.
simultaneously with the same video stream. Back in the day, they didn't like that. They wanted that exclusivity. They wanted
100%.
that to only be there, which is sort of understandable. But
Yeah.
like you said, it's I think it's great that they expand. That was something that as streamers, that was your first inkling. Well, like, listen, why can't I
Right.
do all of these and maximize my chances of growing,
Exactly.
you know?
Exactly.
But I think that's a great thing.
Yeah.
If you could, again, just again, for folks that aren't super familiar with the platform, talk about sort of the business side of it. So they see you say it was your full-time job.
Yep.
How does that work? How does somebody make streaming their full-time job?
So subscriptions is probably the number one thing
Okay.
I would say, but it's kind of changed, and each channel can be different, of course. So I actually had a lot of fortune with the community donating direct.
Okay.
So Twitch does a 50-50 split, and it also scales the larger you are. You can get up to, I believe, 70-30 splits
Oh, okay.
on the subscription, which is $6 now. They just raised the price. And that gets rid of ads completely, unless you have Turbo. Then
Yep.
I think you're just ad-free across every
Yeah.
single channel. So that's the way you monetize over there. There is a stream platform currency that you can buy into, and then you'll get a badge showing, this is how much this person's donated to a specific channel. But yeah, so there's 3 different metrics, I guess. And then I guess there's ad revenue too on there,
Gotcha.
but they're not as heavy as I would say as like YouTube would be
Yeah.
with stuff like that. So yeah, you're able to supplement pretty well as a content creator, as long as you're smart about it, and you're having fun. It's the most important thing.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say necessarily, let's just focus on the money. I don't
Right.
think anyone necessarily should start that way. I think it
Sure.
should be a hobby. And if it builds into it and it becomes full-time, that's what happened to me, then you can run with that. So
Well, that's, everything you talk about is, you go back to that word community, and this is something that's so important. We've been trying to educate even every sort of brand on, is it's not just, here's this thing, but it's this group of people that believe in it and why, and they build that community. And what you're talking about is literally, again, it's not all about the money, and I completely
right.
understand that, but the fact that when you are earning, it is because this community is literally just out of pure generosity.
right.
They could sit there and be a viewer for free and enjoy your content,
100%.
contribute in the chat typically, and all these things.
Yep.
For free.
Yep.
But they choose to kind of pony up their money.
Yeah.
To the tune of big dollars for some of the successful streamers,
for
right?
sure.
Like it's
for sure.
literally something that you could make your job.
Yep. And there's a lot of opportunity too for, like, you're talking about the viewers that don't pay in. They get hit with ads. It can be like 2 minutes long.
Sure.
They pop it up into a side window now with some of the updates. But if someone in the community wants to also be generous, they can gift out subscriptions in chunks. They can do it individually. They could click on your name, give you a sub, or they could say, hey, there's 5 people I'm going to gift randomly. They get a subscription. So there's other ways that, one individual can support further and help out other people in that community to have a good time. So it is really cool.
Yeah. Talk to me a little bit about how creators feel about each other. So I know you mentioned TwitchCon, this event where folks come together. Is it a very kumbaya, every channel's trying to help each other succeed, or is there some rivalries? Tell people about that.
There's for sure some rivalries, I'm sure. You see a lot of like that Twitter drama and so on. So,
Sure.
I mean, with our crew, I pick up content creators for my brand, and they represent the brand. They sell the clothing. I hook them up with some stuff. So within that group, we're really tight, and then you get to meet in person. And then obviously there's people that are detached from my brand that you're
Sure.
friends with as well. So I like to be kind and friendly to everyone.
Sure.
That's the most important thing, you know. But, if there's someone online that's giving you a hard time, I also don't mind, I'm not the type that's not going to say something.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of that drama, I guess you could say. But overall, I would say it's mainly everyone's community.
How long's an average stream for you? How long do you go live for?
Ooh, boy. It depends. But, with work right now, it's like 3 to 4 hours. But when I
Okay.
was full time, it was pushing 8 hours a day,
Wow.
I'd say, and I would sometimes segment it, like 4 hours in the morning, do some stuff in between, get some tasks done for my brand, and then get back on for a later stream.
Okay.
To hit different time zones as
Sure.
well, hang out with people that are, across the world and so on.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, so, I mean, it does become, to a degree, that full-time feel.
Sure.
But it's a difference of, do I want to work at a Walmart, or do I want to work playing video games or a podcast or a talk show or whatever that you
Yeah.
want to do on Twitch.
That's really interesting. When you're doing that, sort of what goes into that stream? Is it 100% gaming? Do you kind of mix it up with a little talk and conversation, and then you game for a little while? Like, what's a stream like typically?
Yeah, so typically in the beginning of the stream, I'll talk for maybe 30 minutes, or I try to anyways, unless there's maybe a big game update that I want to get right into, of course. But yeah, so I'll talk for a little bit, and hang out, and then we'll jump into the game and we'll play that. But during the game, there's a lot of interaction as well. A lot of the reactionary content comes from that. There's only so much I can do with the back and forth.
Sure.
But then I do this thing called Fresh Tune Fridays. Not every Friday,
Okay.
but basically people can donate in money, and then I watch a song request.
All right.
So I'm a big metalhead pop punk guy, and so I'll watch a bunch of those videos and react to them. So you
Gotcha.
can do so much on there. So I have to mix it up a little bit.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome. I love that. That's, I mentioned I like Twitch a lot. One of the reasons is in the evening I'll put on, there's so many music streamers and
Yes.
DJs and live music performers and stuff like that.
Right.
And it's a great thing just to pop on
For sure.
when you're not sure what else to watch or something.
Oh no, definitely.
It's good times, man. It's a cool platform.
It really is. It really is.
I would encourage more people to check it out. I want to ask you about the clothing line. So you mentioned this a couple of times. How does somebody come up, or I guess I should start with why would somebody come up with a clothing line? What inspired such a thing?
I'm an art guy, so I
Okay.
guess I probably should have mentioned that too. So I've been drawing since I was a kid. But
Okay.
then I moved into graphic design in high school, and then I was self-taught. Got some friends that helped me out that were more experienced. And I started a clothing brand originally. It was a streetwear brand with my brother, but it didn't really have a target market. It was just clothing, right?
Sure.
And that's very hard to get, who do you advertise to?
Yeah.
What group, what age, all that stuff.
Like, hey, somebody, look, it's cool.
Right, right. So and then I'm like, well, the brand name is Vyrus, and I'm like, I'm thinking of a gaming brand, and I'm looking at other comparable companies that are out there, and there weren't really many in that realm,
Yeah.
So I decided, hey, maybe I jump into a clothing brand for gamers, because we're kind of stuck in this realm of let's go to GameStop and buy a 1-up
Right.
mushroom, and that's the extent, and it's getting better. But so that's kind of why I dove into it, because I have a passion for graphic design, and I do like wearing different types of clothing. So I said, hey, why don't we just mesh them together and involve gaming into the mix?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love hearing that. So I'm old school, and I've been big into any sort of like cool nerd clothing or accessories and things like
Yeah.
that, because they're always so few and far between.
Yep.
But I almost feel like we've lost some, because back in the day we had there was this one company, Think Geek.
Yep.
And I think they got bought out by one of the bigger companies and sort of went to shit.
Yep.
There was another, what was Jinx Hackware. You ever hear of them?
I don't think I have.
That was from like way back in the day, but they had some of the best like nerd, more computing than gaming, but
Yeah.
real like inside industry clothing
For
and
sure.
accessories and cool shit like that.
Yeah.
And it seems like those sort of things went away, and so when I see more and more of this, I love
Yeah, and
people doing those.
I work local with Print Hub, if you ever heard of them, out of Syracuse here, and so I've been buddies with that guy. That's the other thing, right? When you're playing music, you get shirts for the fans, right?
Sure.
So we started there. I started the light graphic design of T-shirt there, learn that process, and then it's like these skills you develop when you're younger.
Yeah.
They just flow into the stuff that you do as you get older, right? So that's kind of what happened.
That's awesome. So is that just kind of like a side project? Is that something that you think will be a major business for you? How does that go?
Yeah, I wanted to become major.
Okay.
With the time limitations right now, I wish
Sure.
that I had more time for it. It's always the struggle, right? I think everyone can relate to that. So, yeah, once I get more time on my hands, there'll be more frequent, drops and stuff. They're exclusive, so they're one-offs. So, I'll
see.
produce 25 to 50 of these. Once they're gone, they're gone.
Got
And then it builds up a little bit of hype, and I guess the FOMO, which isn't really what I'm trying to force, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to constantly restock and then suddenly people stop buying and I've got a
Yeah.
bunch of extra shirts, right? So that's kind of how I do that. But yeah, so eventually I do want to get into that and, get full-blown staff. I got a lot of volunteers, a lot of buddies that I'm very grateful for
Sure.
that help out. We do community Discord events where we had a bunch of people and say, hey, we're doing Fall Guys tonight. And it's a community event, it's free game. Everyone get in and play with us. 20 people get together and we have a good time. So there's a lot to it that definitely
pretty
can be
cool.
built into something further.
I think that sort of drop method of merchandise is really neat.
Yes.
And it's sort of a new model. And again, I think that's something that a lot of folks may have not really paid a whole lot of attention to. But I could see the advantages, especially as you already mentioned, inventory. People talk about, I want to start a clothing brand. That means I got to fill a warehouse with
Right.
every shape and size of all these things, forever.
Yep.
Where you go exactly, I got limited. I got what I got.
Right.
That makes it unique and exclusive, and in some cases maybe premium.
Right.
So
Right.
you charge a premium price, and it's a cool thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's a neat model. So it's interesting to hear you do that.
Yeah. We do a little bit with, talking about gaming and stuff and the rarity. I actually do sometimes like different color sets. So like maybe this in pink,
Sure.
not green, with only 5 units, and it's 1 in each size.
Yeah.
The price is a little more expensive, but it's exclusive, right? It
Right.
gives you that feeling like I've got this, and it's like a video game with that skin that you bought that's,
Yeah.
super valuable, and you want to show it off online. So it's the same thing, but in physical form. And I thought that was kind of a cool idea
Yeah.
too, right? So there's a lot of different things I think the clothing brands are coming
I like
into.
that. Skins for people.
Yeah, I know, right?
we should be. We should be. That's what they should do. There should be like a matching pair, and I'm kind of surprised nobody's done this. Like,
Right.
buy the skin in the game and get the matching T-shirt.
Oh,
in the
that'd be
mail
so
sort of
cool.
deal.
That'd be so cool. It's
You
a
know?
dream.
I'll tell you what though. I bought my Jay and Silent Bob pack in Call of Duty a month or two ago, and I
Yeah.
don't think I'll ever change it because
Right.
how do you? There's nobody better than Silent Bob to run around and shoot people with.
Right.
Like it's
No,
the
totally.
most brilliant thing they ever came up with. But
You found your skin.
that's it.
Yep.
That's it. It's mine forever.
Yep.
I'm the fat guy in the overcoat. Where can folks find you? We're talking about all these things, but let's give folks the plugs before we forget.
Yeah, all social media. Sledge315. The 315 for the local should be easy to remember. That's how I'm
Sure.
spotted online quite a bit. 315. Are you from Syracuse? Yeah, I'm around the area. So Sledge315 on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, wherever that you guys want to follow and check along. Feel free to stop by and hang. I would appreciate it. And if I can shout out the brand, it's Vyrus Co, but it's Vyrus.
Absolutely.
So yeah, people misspell that. I want to do a little twist, but yeah, so that's what's going on.
That's what makes it cool. You can't spell it the right way.
All right, exactly. Got to be a little
That's what
different.
makes it a
Gotta be
brand,
little different.
you know?
Yeah.
We will, of course, put all the links in the
Appreciate
descriptions
it.
and stuff too, so people can jump right to that. They don't even have to try to think about spelling it. Tell us what's next. You got a drop coming. You got anything news that we can tell people what they might be looking for something like this?
Well, I'm actually wearing the thing that we're going to be dropping.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. I've had these in stock for a while, but I've just not had the time to get it set up. But
Yeah.
I'm planning to drop it not this upcoming Friday, but the following is the hope, the plan. I got to do some photo shoots and so on, but that's what's next.
That's
and
awesome.
YouTube's a constant go there. So I don't really have anything projected that I can say, but it's week to week.
So just wait, how do you do it? Is that an in-person or is that an online thing? So if somebody's in California, could they get in on this drop potentially?
Yes.
Awesome.
Anywhere around the world, international shipping. Obviously it's a little more expensive elsewhere, but
Yeah.
excuse me. So you can
Worth it to make the journey.
Yeah, 100%.
That's awesome, man. And I'm sorry, I stopped you there a little bit talking about YouTube, but let's actually take a minute and talk about YouTube because that's sort of a completely different animal than Twitch, right?
Right.
Are you doing live as well? I think I might have asked you this, but are you doing any live on YouTube as well?
A little bit of live, but
Okay.
mainly week to week content. I play the game Rust. I do some tutorials in there. There's so much to that game.
Yeah.
So I just kind of break down the thing that I enjoy in it, and then I do tutorials on it. Eventually, there'll be some gameplay recordings because you can do a lot of storytelling and storylines there.
Yeah.
So that stuff will become a thing. But yeah, on YouTube, I sit on my computer and I just record a bunch of stuff, write up a script. To a point where one guy thought I was AI. They're like, oh, enough of this crap. You're an AI guy, aren't you? I'm like, that's my voice. What do you?
Yeah.
And he apologized.
Wait,
Goes,
what?
oh, the script was AI. I'm like, I typed all that up
Yeah,
too.
right.
It's like, I'm not stupid. I guess that's a compliment. But,
They trained it on me, dude.
Yeah. So the only thing I took from it, though, on a positive note that I said to him is, if I sounded like AI, it probably means I probably sounded a little bit emotionless. So I want to focus on amping that up a little bit. So live
I love
content is different than record content.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you can relate to that. But yeah, so it's a different dimension, and that's why I separated it a little bit.
What do you find is the best mix, or where have you found the most success in terms of the, I guess, two now big formats on YouTube, right? Now we have shorts.
Yep.
Very similar to Reels or TikToks, the vertical phone style, fast, flip through the whole bunch. Or there's the traditional YouTube videos that everybody is familiar with. Where are you finding the success in these two?
I do the long form. Granted, my
Okay.
videos are like 2 to 3 minutes. They could technically be a short, but there's success on either side. I think it's really what
Shorts.
you want to cater into your audience. So, there's people that succeed on TikTok that would probably succeed on YouTube Shorts just the same way.
Gotcha.
But then they jump into the long form and they struggle, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the people that figure out both and they can, just, put out a bunch of content all at once and they can cover both grounds. But you can get monetized either way. So you can get it via the shorts route or the long form route. I went the long form route. I thought it was a little bit more straightforward, a little bit more my style.
Yeah.
I think that short format is very, with TikTok, it feels very young gen. And I'm not like old, but
Sure.
I'm definitely older than the people that are really running that
I
on
got you.
TikTok. So, I like the long form for sure.
Okay, that's great. I think that's great advice. I got two last things for you, man, and I'll let you dip out of here. The first one is, do you have any advice as somebody who has recently started a new YouTube channel and you've been building it for a few months now? Anything that you could tell somebody who's starting today that maybe you wish you knew on day one?
Well, I guess the number one thing, and it's something that I do know, and I hope that a lot of people do, but I don't think they do, is patience. I think patience is probably the number one thing.
I'd love to hear you say that, man.
Yeah, a lot of people get impatient and they quit very quickly because they want this instant gratification and this instant success that they're just not going to find. It's very hard to go Mr. Beast viral. The guy did it himself for a long time. So consistency is very important. I think people forget that.
Yeah.
And then just learning general skill sets, on the computer and understanding the programs versus hiring out. Especially in the beginning, if you're wanting to take this to a full-time thing, you've got to look at your expense, right? You got to be smart with your money. And a lot of people, they go out and they full-blown buy a bunch of equipment that they can't really afford, and they think they're going to get it paid back via support. And it gets discouraging when the first few months in, suddenly, oh, wait, I'm not making as much as I thought I would be making,
Yeah.
And that's discouraging. So I think, that's the advice, be smart with your money and definitely hone in on personal skills that you don't have to hire out on.
Yeah. I'd love that advice. I think that's really phenomenal advice, especially with the patience. That's something that in all content creation, no matter what platform you're on,
right?
We've told our podcast clients from day one that this is a long game.
Yes, 100%.
And we've talked about many times on this show. It's something like 96-7% of podcasts don't make it to episode 20.
Right.
And out of the ones who do, the same percentage don't make it to episode 100, and
Right.
And that's one of those things is just consistency.
Yes.
Can be, even before you're good, if you're consistent, you will start to get somewhere.
And you get better with it,
And that's exactly it.
Yep.
I love to hear that. So last thing, I got two kind of top fives.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you your top five. We're going to start with what are your top 5 all-time games?
Oh, well, Rust, the one I keep mentioning, that's 1 or 2, believe it or not, in terms of if we're ranking them.
Okay.
Rainbow Six Siege is the other competitor to my top 2.
All right.
Yeah, I grew up on shooters, right? So that's kind of where that came from.
I love that.
Yeah, it's tough because those are the games that I mainly stick to right now. But Call of Duty has a place in my heart. The old days, Modern Warfare 1 and 2, those are kind of home for me. And this one's probably going to get a laugh, but Fortnite is one that I do enjoy jumping around, and so on there. But
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I say that because I'll say Fortnite to someone, oh, you're one of those guys. And it's like, I think that people look at it sometimes as a kid's game or something. Yeah. I'm like, I enjoy it for what it is. I think it's got a good vibe to it. So, and I guess I am forgetting also, I'm a big Nintendo guy. So Pokemon, that's the first game that I ever played. So,
nice.
There's some nostalgia there. So
I love that, man. I love it. All right. Last question I'm going to ask you. Same type of deal.
Y'all.
Give me your top 5 streamers.
AD, I hope you're listening. American Dad, he's a really cool dude, very real, authentic energy, loud, and he's just good. He's just good all around. So American Dad. I like Tim the Tap Man. He's a good one. He actually started in Syracuse, believe it or not.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's like big name though. So he moved down south and he's living up in Florida now. And this one's 3 more because I don't do a lot of watching is the problem for me right now at this point. There's some old people that I guess I could give some shout outs to, like Carve 'em Up, Fisk, Kalana, she's still doing her thing and she's an art streamer. So I do enjoy hers. She started small and she got big. Her illustrative work got better and better over time. And she's, sponsored by Logitech, works, I think, with World of Warcraft and so on.
Wow.
So I guess, some of the OGs that don't really do too much anymore. I believe Fisk is pretty big on YouTube now, like over 100,000 subs, but he doesn't stream anymore.
Gotcha.
So it's a tough one for me to answer fully.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, that's great, man. That's great. Sledge, this has been awesome. I really appreciate you coming on. I think you spread a lot of knowledge. We've got a very wide-ranging audience, so I think there's a lot of folks
Awesome.
that are very much interested in these things and honestly have never clicked on Twitch.
Yeah.
And I wish they would, because as much as we talk about gaming, there's all kinds of things. There's podcasts, there's news talk, there is
Yep.
live traditional sports talk.
Yep.
Everything you can imagine. It really is kind of a TV network put on by independent folks.
100%.
Like we have here.
Different world.
So
Different world.
it's a cool place.
Yes, it is.
But Sledge, one more time, let's give the plugs. And
Yep. So Sledge315, Sledge like the hammer, 315 on Twitch, YouTube, anywhere you guys want to look, social media. I'm pretty much on all of them. I don't think I'm missing any there. And then my brand, Vyrus Co. If you want to go to the website, it's Vyrus Co, VYRUSCO.com. Go check it out. And no pressure. I always say to not pick anything up necessarily, but follow us on social media. It's the same spelling, Vyrus Co, on all those. And jump into our Discord. Get involved in a Discord event and have some fun with us.
I love when people keep them consistent, and not go, I'm this on this platform, and I'm known as this on that one, and this one's got an extra underscore, and like,
Yeah, it's for sure.
thank you for that
Yeah,
consistency.
yeah, I try.
And honestly, I really kind of like the 315 as I'm playing a lot of, online games against different competitors. There's a lot of folks that will do that. They'll put it in a clan tag or something, or they'll put it right in their name with that. And it's neat to go, hey, look, I'm actually kind of playing against local people. That's neat.
Yeah, for sure.
I love it. So, Sledge, this has been great. We thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And anytime you got something cool going on, we'd be more than happy to have you back on the program here.
For sure.
So,
I appreciate it. Definitely.
and for everybody else with Good News York, we actually have another guest today. Mike leaves me for 2 interviews. This is wild. But we got a great second guest, so do not hit the skip button yet. There's more. We'll be right back.